This is the current 1.16 random seed world record, 14 minutes and 20 seconds, set by Rainex and recently drawn with by Xylonox. As speedrun times get faster and faster, larger becomes the question of what is the limit. People have debated this for a while now. Some believe that the category is nearly fully optimised, whilst others believe that there is still huge improvements to be made. Curryway, the former world record holder, asked this question to T_wag in a recent video on his channel. This was his response.
I want to say 116 is fairly close to optimized, and the world record is going to come down a little bit more, but it's not going to be too crazy. We've explored almost every single structure. We've kind of squeezed out all of the ideas from those structures, and a lot of tech is pretty well explored. So I want to say it's going to be a little bit faster, but that's kind of the extent. But then again, I'm proven wrong time and time again. So who knows?
Are you a sub 10 believer or no?
Oh, okay. K4, K4 gets so mad at me for this. So here's the thing. There's two questions, right? The first question is it possible? And absolutely sub 10 is possible. We've seen people do theoretical runs. We've seen SSG be sub 3 minutes. I mean, SSG is insanely fast.
Yeah.
So yes, it's possible. But then the next question is, do you think it's going to happen? Which is kind of your opinion of the collective ability of all speedrunners playing right now, how much time they have to devote to the game. I personally don't think so.
As T_wag mentioned, set seed speedruns are ridiculously fast, with the 1.9 to 1.15 set seed record being just 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So why is there such a big difference between set seed and random seed speedruns? Well, the main reason is that in the set seed runs, the seed is obviously extremely optimized. The seed used is extremely rare and actually has all 12 IO enders filled in the end portal, meaning that players don't have to worry about getting ender pearls or blaze rods. Now, even if you were to get a seed like this on a random run, you wouldn't know it until you got to the stronghold, so you'd still go to the nether to collect ender pearls and blaze rods. This limitation means that there is definitely a cap on random runs. But where is the cap? Well, that's where this video comes in. Speedrunners often use splits to help show how fast or slow a run is relative to their previous attempts. A split is exactly what it sounds like. It's a split of the overall run, kind of like a check mark. In Minecraft speedrunning, the common splits are the overworld time, i.e. the time it takes to get to the nether time, i.e. the time it takes to exit the nether, the stronghold split, which is the time it takes to find the end portal, and finally the end split, which is the time it takes to kill the ender dragon. The interesting thing about Minecraft speedruns is that different runs can have drastically different splits. One runner might enter the nether in a couple of minutes and then spend ages collecting ender pearls and blaze rods. Another might take a while to enter the nether, but when they get there they only spend a few minutes getting the supplies they need. In this video I've looked at the fastest 1.16 runs, and I've taken the fastest splits from different runs and compiled them together to produce the fastest possible speedrun. All of the runs are random speeds, meaning that this speedrun could actually be achieved in a random seed if the runner got lucky enough. I think a lot of you are going to be extremely surprised by the time, so let's just jump straight into it. Okay, so we have our timer in the bottom left, which is going to be counting up to mark the speedrun. We're starting off here with Gaving72, who had by far the fastest nether entry. As you can see, he spawned right next to a nether portal and instantly finds all the obsidian he needs to complete this portal and jump straight into the nether with a really quick time. Obviously he can't go straight into the nether without kind of getting tools first. That would be kind of a really bad idea because he wouldn't have anything to kill blazes with or mine gold. He's got a really good enchanted pickaxe, but unfortunately for some weird reason gold can't mine gold. I know I've lost plenty of kind of gold to that, and even iron, which is very unfortunate. I don't know why it's the case, but it is. So he has to spend a bit of extra time mining for cobblestone. He does get a little bit unlucky here. He quickly gets to some diorite before he actually gets to the real stone, but again the pickaxe is so quick it doesn't really make too much of a difference, and he's quickly able to go in and build all of his stone tools that he needs for the rest of the run. Now he does have a quick look around for any villages or any other randomly generated structures. Obviously it would be very handy if he could go and get some bread, but unfortunately that's not the case, and he has to enter without any food. But as we'll find out, that doesn't really matter, because the next player is able to get food in the nether by killing hoglins using a lava bucket, or in this case, if this was a continuous run, the flint and steel would be used to set the piglins alight. So he's entering the nether at about 1 minute and 41 seconds, and we're instantly moved over to Xylinox. Now, a few of you may recognize this person, and he spawns into the nether. He does this E-ray trick, which is where you kind of look at the entities to see where the bastion or fortress is, because obviously a lot of entities spawn in those areas. The reason I've included this clip, because as you'll see, the next clip, the guy actually spawns in a fortress. But a big time save when it comes to these speedruns is the blind travel and traveling to a portal near the stronghold. Now, because the next player spawns in a fortress, he actually uses that same portal to go back onto the overworld. He doesn't actually blind travel. So I've added this clip in, which is the only clip I could find of a speedrunner actually kind of taking a bit of time to walk towards a fortress or a bastion. It's kind of just a more realistic portrayal of what a real speedrun would look like, given that in order to blind travel you're going to have to move some distance in the nether instead of just kind of staying in one location. So in this case he's going to a bastion, but the next clip is going to be exchanged for a fortress. Hope that's okay. It made sense in my head. Hopefully it makes sense to you. As you can see, Xylinox has done a great job here of avoiding the pigs, and he actually does a clutch hit on that baby one there, avoids death, which is good. He's just getting a little bit more wood. As you can see, he still has basically the same tools that the first player has. He has iron tools, but it doesn't really make a huge difference, as the other player had stone tools. And there we go. You can see he's getting the food there. The other player didn't have a bucket, but he could have just set the pigs on fire. And we look like we get to the structure just about now, about 3 minutes 40 seconds. And obviously I said this is going to be exchanged for the nether fortress instead of a bastion. As you can see, this is the next player. This is Corbanos, and he actually had the fastest nether split that I've ever seen. It was absolutely insane, and funnily enough, he didn't even go to a bastion. As you can see, he spawned straight into the nether, straight into the nether fortress, and instantly finds a blaze spawner. So really good pace. I mean, his current run isn't actually too far behind this super run that we're doing. He's currently here at 4 minutes and 38 seconds, whilst our speedruns was around 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So as you can see, this is a completely insane pace, which obviously when coupled with the future clips is going to be absolutely unreal. So he's getting a little bit unlucky with his blaze rod drops. He's currently got 2, but he's killed a fair few blaze, which is slightly annoying. But again, it's a random seed, and you're really exposed to all these random elements. I guess you are in the set seeds as well, but with these runs you just need everything to come together perfectly, and that's kind of the purpose of this video, to see how a speedrunner could effectively kind of do this run, what's the fastest time they could get if everything went perfectly, all the luck was there. But even so, you can see that there's still kind of vast rooms for improvement, which we can discuss later. But as I said, he's not going for a bastion. He actually goes for the normal kind of old school, I guess, collecting gold and trading it with the various piglins that are wandering around. The problem with this method, which I've experienced myself, is that you really don't find that much gold. Your luck has to be absolutely unreal. So as you can see, 3 blaze have just spawned, and he should be able to get his last blaze rod here. If he just takes this one out, getting fairly unlucky actually. There we go, he's got one. So now he's got all of his blaze rods needed, and as you can see, there are a few kind of random piglins walking around in this crimson forest biome, and he has, how many gold is that? 4, 5 bits of gold, which is hardly anything. Now I've attempted to do speedruns before, and I can tell you that I've traded stacks and stacks of gold and not seen a single ender pearl. So I don't know what this person was thinking during the run, but as you can see, he gets his first ender pearl trade there. Maybe he was just trading kind of just for the sake of it. He probably thought in his head that it was going to be a dead run, or that he'd have to try and find a bastion afterwards. But with only 2 gold left. He's going to clear up some more blaze just to make life a bit easier. Doesn't actually need any more rods. And there we go, another pearl trade. With that was 5 ingots that he traded, and he got all the pearls he needed. And he almost dies actually. He almost dies. The piglin was still angry at him, but yeah, cleverly enough he escapes. Takes a little bit of extra time to kind of get to safety and kill the piglin, just to avoid death. So great job, really fast, insane nether split there. And he's X'd in the nether at 7 minutes and about 10 seconds. So we get back into the overworld, and funnily enough, this is Gaving72 again, his second feature in this video. He was the first clip with the nether portal find, and we're now back in the overworld in a huge ocean. And as you could probably guess, he's shortly going to find the stronghold open and exposed. So yeah, this was again by far the fastest time from nether to stronghold, and he instantly finds the portal room, which is just crazy pace. A lot of time saved here because he doesn't have to mess around with digging or really throwing the ender pearls at all. He just had to throw one. So yeah, really lucky there. So he can make his ender pearls, place them in the circle. There was a few ender pearls already there as well, which is nice. And we're in the end. So this is Minecraft Avenger, and he ender pearls to the main island. As you can see, he's got his crying obsidian ready. Now, one thing in our run so far, we wouldn't really have much of a chance to get crying obsidian. We'd have to get very lucky and get it from a trade from the piglin with our 5 gold. But you know, it's very possible that that's going to happen. The one thing I would say that's kind of holding back this run is the bed situation. Up until now, we haven't really stopped to get any wool. We haven't found any villages, and we've kind of done limited piglin trading, which means we're probably not going to have too much wool. But you know, add a few more seconds to find a few sheep. You know, it's a small price to pay for making sure we have enough wool. And as we can see, the player here actually manages to 4-bed the ender dragon, which is extremely impressive. I struggle with 9 beds, but yeah, this player manages to 4-bed it, so we don't actually need that much wool, and combined with a little bit of string we could get from the piglin trade, it's kind of not that much of a big deal in my opinion. And there we go, the ender dragon is dead. We're at 9 minutes 20 seconds. We're just waiting for that loading screen. There we go, 9 minutes and 22 seconds. So it looks like this could be the fastest possible random seed speedrun for Minecraft 1.16. Now, it's not perfect, but it does go to show how hard it would be for a player to get a sub 10-minute run. Now, I'm really interested to hear your opinions on this, so please do leave a comment below. If you want to see more content like this in the future, then please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.